Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Let's just jump right into it. Today, we're diving into a topic that is literally reshaping software engineering from the ground up, AI code generation. But we aren't just here to talk about the hype. We're going to peel back the curtain on a massive hidden cost. Because right now, we really have to ask, is AI coding speed actually a Trojan horse, quietly hiding a compounding, massive bill for your engineering teams?
It's the million-dollar question every engineering leader needs to be asking right now. Is AI speed secretly killing your code quality? Look, these tools are pumping out more code, faster, than teams have ever had to absorb in history. The productivity is absolutely real. But according to a recent analysis from DevOps.com, that speed has a pretty dangerous dark side if you don't have the right systems in place.
All right, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to diagnose this hidden problem and then lay out an actionable masterclass to fix it. We'll hit 1, the AI productivity illusion. 2, the context gap. 3, the junior dev mindset. 4, independent AI validation. And finally, 5, the new engineer role.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the AI productivity illusion, speed versus technical debt.
We are shipping faster, for sure, but at what cost, right? Engineering leaders are unknowingly racking up massive technical debt. Because AI generates code at lightning speed, repetition just kind of slips in quietly. Security gaps start popping up in totally unmonitored places. And honestly, the scariest part, the ultimate whoops moment, it's when things break and you realize nobody actually wrote the code that caused the issue. Flaws are just slipping right into production simply because no human was actively watching the sheer volume being produced.
And here's the reality check. Speed alone is not a win if your review layer never scales to match it. Think about it. If an AI is turning out thousands of lines of code an hour, but your human QA team is moving at the exact same pace they were 3 years ago, you haven't actually built a hyper-productive pipeline. You've literally just created a massive bottleneck.
Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is why this technical debt happens in the first place. Section 2, the context gap, why code reviews are failing.
When a real human developer writes code, the context is known. The intent is super clear. Reviewers can rely on all these mental shortcuts because, well, they know how their teammate thinks. But when a machine writes the code, all of that goes right out the window. The context is completely missing. The machine's intent is basically a black box. So all those usual human mental shortcuts we rely on, they just stop working.
Scopix CTO Mladen Lazic actually has a great term for this. He calls it the context gap. It's this phenomenon where reviewing code becomes genuinely harder simply because engineers were never part of how it was created. You're basically asking a human to debug a super complex thought process that they had absolutely zero involvement in.
So how do we fix it? That brings us to Section 3, the junior dev mindset. This is a crucial paradigm shift.
Lazic offers this incredibly practical mental model for DevOps teams. He says, treat AI tools as junior developers who need direction, not autonomous builders who ship features alone. I mean, it makes total sense, right? You wouldn't lock a brand new junior dev in a room, tell them to build a critical feature completely alone, and then push it straight to production without a review. So we really shouldn't do that with AI either.
To prevent that dangerous context gap, this is literally the golden rule. You have to keep developers in the loop from the very start. You cannot let the AI just work in a vacuum and then hand a messy, finished result over to a human to clean up. We humans have to provide that initial direction, set the guardrails, and maintain the context all the way through. That's how you ensure the code actually serves the business.
Let's move on and see how this builds into an actual architectural solution for your pipeline. Section 4, independent AI validation, securing the DevOps gates.
Okay, so the mindset is great, but how do we structurally build this in? First off, we absolutely have to stop the ultimate automated failure pattern, an AI agent grading its own homework. It is a huge mistake to let the exact same AI write the code, generate the tests, and then review its own pull request. I mean, talk about confirmation bias. Of course the AI thinks its own code is flawless.
Instead, Lazic and the Scopix team suggests a multi-agent validation pipeline. Step 1, a coding agent generates the code. Pretty standard. But step 2, and this is vital, a completely separate blind test agent validates it. Finally, step 3, a pull request review agent evaluates the final output. By splitting these agents up, we're basically mirroring a healthy, traditional human DevOps structure where the developer and the QA tester are completely different people.
The real brilliance here is that blind test agent, because it's deliberately kept completely in the dark about the source code that the first agent wrote. It is forced to validate the output entirely against your raw business requirements. This separation right here, this is the magic step that turns AI quality assurance into a rigorous check, rather than just an automated rubber stamp.
Which leads us to the future of the industry. Section 5. The new engineer role, moving from typist to director. As we set up these sophisticated multi-agent pipelines, the actual job description of a software engineer fundamentally changes. Lazek sees a really clear shift happening. We are moving away from raw production and typing raw code and moving toward instruction and monitoring. We're moving away from shipping alone and stepping into verification and continuous improvement. The engineer is no longer just a typist. They are officially becoming a director.
Ultimately, AI code quality is a durable, long-term concern. It isn't just some messy transition phase we have to get through. The teams that realize this, the ones who go out and build better gates, implement sharper observability, and insist on independent QA right now, those are the teams that are going to ship way better software, way sooner, without eating all that massive technical debt everyone else is quietly accumulating.
So, I want to leave you with a provocative thought to maybe take back to your teams tomorrow. Look at your own pipelines and ask yourself honestly, are your current QA gates real checks or are they just rubber stamps? Because if an AI is out there grading its own homework, it might just be time to restructure. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning your systems, and I'll see you next time.